The global cleaning products industry is worth $25 billion. It was worth almost nothing in 1962. Not because homes were dirty, because the products hadn't been invented yet. And the women cleaning those homes, without a single spray bottle, without a single color-coded cloth, without one product per surface, were keeping houses cleaner than most of us manage today, with a cabinet full of things that each cost £4.99 and do one job. Here is what they had instead. 4 things. Total cost in 1962. Pennies. My name is Women, and this channel is about what women knew before someone figured out how to sell it back to them. Subscribe before number 1. That one is the item the cleaning industry has spent the most money making you forget. We're almost there. Number 9. Bicarbonate of soda did everything. Elsie kept a blue cardboard box of bicarbonate of soda under her sink in Birmingham in 1962. 1 box. She used it on the bath, the sink, the stovetop, the inside of the oven, the drains, the refrigerator, the children's shoes. She used it on a damp cloth, dry on a brush, dissolved in warm water, poured straight down the plug hole on a Friday night. It cost 4 pence. It lasted the month. Bicarbonate of soda is a mild alkali. It reacts with acids, grease, food residue, limescale, and breaks them apart without scratching the surface underneath. This is not folk knowledge. It is basic chemistry that has not changed since 1962 and will not change. The cleaning industry knows this, which is why every product that does what bicarbonate of soda does contains, somewhere in the small print, sodium bicarbonate, and then charges you £5.99 for the bottle it comes in. 1 ingredient, 20 products, 1 shelf under the sink in 1962, an entire cabinet in 2024. Elsie's blue box is still available. It costs 89 pence. Number 8. White vinegar for everything else. The second bottle under Elsie's sink was white vinegar. Windows, mirrors, taps, kettle limescale, the rinse cycle of the washing machine, fabric softener replacement, the toilet bowl on Thursdays. 1 ingredient. Every surface that needed acid where number 9 needed alkali. The global fabric softener market alone is worth over $18 billion. What it replaced was a capful of white vinegar in the final rinse, which leaves no residue, no fragrance, no coating on the fibers, just soft. The synthetic fragrance in commercial fabric softener is, for a significant number of people, a skin irritant. The product that caused the irritation then spawned a separate product category, sensitive skin softeners, to address it. Both products replaced the capful of vinegar that caused neither problem. You are now buying 2 products to solve a problem that 1 ingredient never created. White vinegar, 39 pence, a liter. It lasts 3 months. Number 7. The newspaper on the glass. This one surprises people. In 1962, Elsie did not use a cloth on her windows. She used newspaper, damp, scrunched, rubbed in circles. No streaks, no lint, no second pass. Newsprint contains a mild solvent in the ink that cuts through the oils left by fingers and condensation. The paper itself is dense enough not to leave fibers behind. It is also free, a use for yesterday's paper before it went in the fire. The global window cleaning products market is now worth $1.2 billion. None of it outperforms a page from the Daily Mirror and a bowl of warm water with a splash of white vinegar. The streak-free technology printed on every bottle existed before the bottle. Elsie never read the label because there was no label. There was just the paper from Tuesday and the windows were clear. Number 6. Salt for stains. Immediately. Red wine on the tablecloth, blood on the sheet, mud on the collar. The rule in Elsie's house, in every house on her street, was salt. Immediately. before it dried, before you thought about it. A generous pour, straight from the shaker, pressed in, left to draw the liquid out of the fiber before it's set. Salt is hygroscopic. It pulls moisture toward itself. Applied to a fresh stain, it draws the liquid out of the fabric rather than letting it bond with the fiber. Once it bonds, it sets. Once it sets, you need a product. That is not a coincidence. The stain removal industry, sprays, sticks, sachets, overnight soaks, is worth $3 billion globally. It exists almost entirely because the knowledge of what to do in the first 30 seconds was quietly replaced by a habit of waiting and then reaching for a bottle. The 30-second window is real. The industry has a financial interest in you not knowing it exists. Elsie never waited. She never needed the bottle. Number 5, boiling water down the drain. Every Friday. No chemical drain cleaner in Elsie's house. No blue gel, no caustic crystals, no smell that required opening every window in the kitchen. Friday evening, a full kettle, boiling, poured slowly down the kitchen drain. Straight after, a handful of bicarbonate of soda, a cup of white vinegar, the fizzing reaction you remember from school chemistry, another kettle of hot water to clear it through. This clears grease, soap residue, and early-stage blockages without dissolving the pipelining. Commercial drain cleaners, the category is worth over $2 billion, use sodium hydroxide or sulfuric acid at concentrations that, used repeatedly, degrade the rubber seals and pipe joints they travel through. The product creates, over time, the vulnerability it claims to solve. The boiling kettle and the fizzing reaction create nothing except a clear drain and the faint smell of vinegar for 10 minutes. Elsie's drains never blocked. Number 4, the weekly schedule. This is the one that requires nothing to buy and everything to rethink. Monday was washing, Tuesday was ironing, Wednesday was floors, Thursday was bathrooms. Friday was the kitchen, top to bottom, every surface, every shelf. Saturday was whatever was left. Sunday was rest. Nothing was left to accumulate because nothing had the time to. A 2019 study published in the journal Environment International found that routine domestic cleaning, the kind performed in short, regular intervals, reduces airborne particulate matter and surface bacterial load more effectively than infrequent deep cleaning sessions. The women on Elsie Street knew nothing about airborne particulate matter. They knew that if you did it on Wednesday, it didn't take long, and if you didn't do it on Wednesday, it took all day the following week. The cleaning industry sells you a product for every occasion because the occasion is always a crisis. A spray for the bathroom, a different spray for the kitchen, a foam for the tiles, a gel for the toilet. Each one exists because the mess has been allowed to build to the point where you need it. The schedule means there are no occasions, just Tuesday, and Tuesday never needs the foam. Number 3, cold water, not hot. Blood on cotton, egg on the tablecloth, milk on the child's jumper. The instinct now is hot water. Hot water cleans things. Hot water is what washing machines use. Hot water must be better. But Elsie knew, and her mother knew, and every woman on her street knew without being told. Protein stains in hot water cook. The protein bonds to the fiber permanently. You have just set the stain you were trying to remove. Cold water rinse, immediately. Always. This is chemistry. It has not changed. The stain removal industry does not emphasize this because cold water is free, and the moment the stain sets, you need the product. There is a direct financial incentive in letting the knowledge of cold water fade. It has faded. Most people under 40 don't know it. Their grandmothers all did. Number 2, beeswax on everything wooden. The tin of beeswax in Elsie's pantry was the size of a shoe polish tin. Brown, plain, no label. She bought it from the hardware shop on the high street for a few pence, and it lasted most of a year. Once a month, on a Saturday, every wooden surface in the house, the dining table, the sideboard, the stair banister, the kitchen dresser, got a thin coat worked in with a soft cloth and buffed off dry. Beeswax seals the grain of the wood against moisture and staining. It feeds the surface rather than coating it. Unlike synthetic furniture polishes, the category is worth over $2 billion globally. It does not build up into a sticky film that attracts dust. It does not contain silicone, which migrates into the wood grain and makes future repairs or refinishing almost impossible. The furniture polish industry's product actively degrades the material it claims to protect. The beeswax tin did not. Elsie's dining table is still in her daughter's house, still the original finish, still buffed once a month. The tin is a different brand now, but the ingredient is the same. It costs £4.50. It lasts a year. Number 1, lemon. Before I get to it, subscribe. Because the next video is already done, and it is exactly the kind of thing this channel exists to make. Now, lemon. Elsie had half a lemon sitting on a saucer by the kitchen sink from Monday to Friday. She used it on the taps when the chrome looked dull. She used it on the cutting board after raw meat. Rubbed in, left for 5 minutes, rinsed. She used it on her hands after peeling beetroot, after chopping onions, after anything that stained. She used the spent half, dried out and hard, as a scouring pad on the sink. Lemon juice is citric acid. It dissolves limescale, kills the bacteria responsible for food odors, bleaches light surface stains, and cuts through the oxidation that dulls chrome and stainless steel. It does all of this without leaving a residue that requires rinsing with a second product. The antibacterial product market is worth over $4 billion globally. The primary marketing claim, kills 99.9% of bacteria, is accurate. So does a cut lemon left on a surface for 5 minutes at a cost of 15 pence and with no synthetic fragrance, no residue, and no plastic bottle. The half lemon on the saucer was Elsie's number 1. It was on every kitchen counter on her street. It cost nothing. It did everything the bottles under your sink right now claim to do. Elsie's daughter still keeps a lemon by the sink, not as a habit she inherited, as something she worked out for herself, eventually, after years of products that were more expensive and less effective. She just didn't know it had a name. It didn't have one. It was just Tuesday. When I started researching this, I assumed the women who kept spotless homes in 1962 simply had more time, more patience, more willpower. That is not what the evidence shows. What it shows is a cleaning aisle that did not yet exist. The products had not been invented. The problems they claimed to solve had not yet been manufactured. Elsie's house was clean because she had 4 ingredients, a schedule, and knowledge so ordinary she never thought to write it down. What changed between Elsie's kitchen and ours was not the dirt. Dirt has not changed. What changed was who got paid when the solution to the dirt was replaced with something they could bottle, label, and charge £4.99 for, per surface. Pick one thing from this list: the salt, the vinegar, the schedule. Come back in the comments and tell me what it did.